The video has been widely featured in news outlets in Israel and worldwide, with politicians across the Israeli political spectrum condemning it, the Times of Israel reported. It was not initially clear when or where the video was taken, but it drew attention after 10 days of protests in Gaza, during which some 30 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces. The sniper deserves an honor and the cameraman a demerit, Israeli Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman said Tuesday at an event in northern Israel, according to the Times of Israel. When the specifics of the video were still unclear, human rights groups said it showed just one instance among many of Israeli forces using undue lethal force against Palestinian protesters. Incidents such as the one in the video published Monday occurred hundreds of times over the past few weeks in the Gaza Strip, causing death and injuries with the full support of policymakers and top military officials, Israeli human rights group B'Tselem said in a statement. In addition to the at least 30 Palestinians who have been killed by the Israeli military, hundreds more have been wounded during the demonstrations. Israel's response to the protests has drawn international concern, with the European Union stating Saturday that there were serious questions about the proportionate use of force. Human rights groups have called out the Israeli military's use of gunfire against Palestinian demonstrators who posed no imminent threat to life. On Sunday, the Israeli military said it was launching an investigation into its response to the protests, Haaretz reported. He had no gun, no Molotov, attire. Does that harm the Israelis, attire? Abdul Nabi's brother Mohammed, 22, told the Post. He wasn't going toward the Israeli side. He was running away. The Israel military said it was looking into that incident. On Tuesday, Israel's defense chief claimed that Murtaza was a paid member of Hamas, the militant group that controls Gaza and that the U.S. considers a terrorist group, but offered no proof. The media group that Murtaza co-founded, An Media, had recently received a grant from the U.S. government and had been strictly vetted, the Associated Press reported. While Palestinian groups have painted the protests as peaceful, Israel said demonstrators have thrown Molotov cocktails and rocks, burned tires and attempted to break through the border security fence, The Washington Post reported. Israel also claimed Hamas was using the demonstrations as cover to carry out attacks. Hamas confirmed that several members of its military arm had been killed in Israel's crackdown on the protests.